Welcome, everyone. Today we're going to explore how to find energy spots using the ancient art of Feng Shui. We'll be decoding the landscape using nature's geometry to uncover these powerful locations. In Feng Shui, the perfect energy spot is known as a Hyeol. Traditionally, finding this elusive point requires mastering intricate compass readings, a deep analysis of what are called dragon veins or mountain ridges, and complex formulas concerning water flow. As the saying goes, for the uninitiated, the landscape is often chaotic. We need a specific lens to truly see the inherent order within it. To help us in this quest, we're introducing the 3-second rule: look for the shells. Nature has a tendency to repeat its designs, and we can compare terrain features to 6 primary shell shapes. These are the clam, the fan, the razor clam, the horn, the spiral snail, and the abalone. Let's dive into each of these shapes to understand their significance. First, let's talk about a common false lead, the clam shape, known in Korean as daehap joge. This shape is typically round, like an overturned bowl. However, its flaw lies in its stiff and convex surface. From a physics perspective, just as rain slides effortlessly off a dome, energy, or ki, scatters and flows away immediately from this type of terrain. It simply doesn't hold anything. Next, we have the leek, represented by the fan shape, or ki-joge. This terrain spreads wide at the bottom, much like a skirt. Its fundamental flaw is dispersion. Energy needs to condense to be beneficial, but here, the land spreads too thinly, causing vitality to leak out into the surroundings rather than accumulating. Then there's what we call the dead dragon, the tube shape, or mat joge. This typically appears as a long, straight, flat ridge. Its critical flaw is a profound lack of vitality. Good land in Feng Shui must undulate and flow. A straight stretch like this is considered a dead dragon because the energy here becomes stagnant, offering no dynamic benefits. Moving on to the fast channel, we encounter the horn shape, known as gimpal godong. This shape is sharp, triangular, and pointed. Its flaw is aggression. The energy here moves far too quickly to settle and accumulate. These horn-like shapes act as high-speed channels, allowing energy to rush through, rather than serving as destinations where it can collect and benefit. Another interesting form is the unfinished path, the spiral snail, or dasulgi. This shape winds down in a zigzag pattern. Its main flaw is a lack of containment. The end of this path does not close up, meaning it's merely a route for energy to continue flowing past. It never pools, making it unsuitable for a Hyeol. Now let's turn our attention to the master key, the Abalone shape, or Jeonbok K-Jil. The secret to this shape lies in its gentle, soft, inward curve. It embodies the concept of the embrace. From a physics standpoint, much like a mother holding a child, this ridge effectively traps and nurtures the energy inside its protective curve, allowing it to accumulate and thrive. And we can validate this with mathematics. The spiral growth of an abalone shell inherently follows the universe's most efficient design, the golden ratio, 1 to 1.618. This precise ratio is found everywhere in nature, from the grand scale of galaxies to hurricanes, and even in the delicate spirals of flower petals. A perfect Feng Shui Hyeol is, in essence, a physical manifestation of this universal geometry. Let's look at a real-world example. This is a field report from the Hyeol site in Gyeongsangbuk-do. This type of site is known as a hyeol, meaning a nest or pocket. What's crucial to observe here is the terrain immediately behind the site. Notice that it's not straight or sharp. Instead, it forms a cozy pocket, beautifully protected and embraced by the surrounding land, perfectly illustrating our concept. What's fascinating is that the geometry of this site physically embodies the golden ratio. As you can see from the measurements, we have a dimension of 8 meters divided by 5 meters, which gives us 1.6. This simple calculation demonstrates how the site aligns with this natural law of efficiency. These are some explorer's notes from July 4, 2021. The sketch clearly highlights the distinctive J-curve of the incoming ridge, which is a key indicator. We also performed an internal ratio check, finding that 5 meters to 3 meters is approximately 1.6, once again demonstrating the golden ratio. This shows that the golden ratio exists not only in the macro dimensions of the site, but also within its intricate internal structure. Beyond the geometry, there must be a solid structure. This slide shows the geological evidence, featuring what are known as Gwansong rocks. These rocks act as the natural brakes for the mountain's energy, effectively stopping its flow so that it can pool and accumulate precisely at the grave site. This geological foundation proves that the Abalone curve we've discussed is indeed backed by solid natural processes. So, to summarize our journey, the main takeaway is to find the J-curve. Remember to avoid terrain that is stiff, sharp, or widely spreading. Instead, seek out land that curves gently, much like an abalone shell. Look for that natural embrace where nature gracefully wraps around you. Inside that beautiful protective curve, nature has hidden its greatest gift, waiting to be discovered.